When we experience pain, we often judge it to be an evil we must avoid. But if pain were truly an evil, it would have to affect either the body or the soul. Let us reason through this. The body itself is merely a collection of physical parts, devoid of any independent thought or judgment. It is insensible on its own. Pain, therefore, cannot be an inherent evil of the body, for the body merely responds to sensations without assigning them value. The soul, on the other hand, is the seat of judgment, and it alone possesses the power to interpret experiences. The soul can choose to view pain as neither good nor bad, but rather as a mere sensation or occurrence. The mind, if disciplined, does not allow pain to disturb its peace, for it holds the ultimate power of perception and judgment. This choice resides within the soul, which can elect to stay calm, even in physical pain, refusing to label it an evil. Thus, pain only becomes bad when we decide to see it as such. By practicing this mental fortitude, we can preserve our inner tranquility, observing the sensation of pain without giving it undue importance. All disturbances in life, including physical suffering, depend on our perceptions and interpretations. It is our opinions, our judgments, that assign meaning and weight to experiences. When we change the way we view pain, we render it powerless over our peace. Clear your mind of unworthy distractions and fleeting thoughts that cloud your judgment. Remind yourself often of your power to maintain control over your inner state. You possess the ability to keep wickedness, desire, confusion, and distress at bay. In their place, you can cultivate calmness and discernment, perceiving things as they truly are. Instead of reacting impulsively, remain grounded in reality and respond according to the true worth of each event or object. Nature has equipped you with a remarkable gift, the capacity for reason, the faculty to govern yourself wisely and to protect the sanctity of your mind from external influences. Whether you are addressing the Senate in public or speaking with an individual in private, ensure that your words carry the qualities of dignity, respect, and humility. Avoid grandiosity, refraining from preaching about what you deem to be truly good or civil. Instead, allow the inherent wisdom and civility in your words to speak for themselves. Modesty in expression and self-restraint in conversation often leave a stronger impression than lofty speeches. Be mindful that true wisdom requires no embellishment. When we are grounded in our beliefs, we do not need to force them upon others. Speak honestly, but without airs, and let your words reflect a balance of truth and humility. Consider the grandeur of Augustus's court, the emperor's wife, daughter, grandsons, sons-in-law, sister, generals, counselors, and closest friends. They once surrounded him in splendor, serving and honoring him, yet time inevitably claimed them all. Not one of these figures, no matter how esteemed or privileged, escaped death. The emperor's once great lineage faded just as all family lines eventually do. Imagine an epitaph bearing the words, "The last of his line. Dynasties may rise and fall, but all are eventually forgotten, as death treats emperor and commoner alike." Reflect on this and recognize the fleeting nature of status, fame, and kinship. Even the most illustrious families, after generations of struggle to preserve their name, will one day vanish into memory. In contemplating this, you gain a sense of detachment from the desire for worldly achievements, recognizing that they are destined to pass as surely as time itself. Consider your life as a series of actions, each as important as a single heartbeat. Focus on completing each action to the best of your ability, striving for excellence in all that you do, and let that be enough. Life is made of countless moments, and in each moment, you have the freedom to act with purpose, integrity, and diligence. If external obstacles prevent you from achieving a particular goal, do not see it as a failure. Instead, adapt your response to align with what is within your control. Embrace what is possible and let go of what is not. Each obstacle or interruption presents a new path, a fresh opportunity to act with virtue. Thus, even when circumstances seem to derail your original intent, they offer a way to fulfill your purpose. Accept gifts from fortune with an open heart, but without attachment. When blessings come your way, enjoy them graciously. Yet if these gifts are taken away, release them just as readily, without resentment or clinging. By training yourself to be content with both gain and loss, you develop a resilience that protects you from the whims of fortune. In this way, you cultivate a soul that can both celebrate life's offerings and relinquish them without regret. Genuine joy is not rooted in temporary gains, but in the stability of character that no misfortune can erode. Imagine encountering a severed hand or foot lying on the ground, detached from its body. This image serves as a metaphor for the person who separates themselves from humanity, harboring resentment or hostility toward others. By isolating ourselves or nurturing malice, we sever our connection to the larger body of society. However, unlike a dismembered limb, we humans retain the ability to reconnect, to reunite with our fellow beings through understanding and compassion. Nature has endowed us with the unique capacity to heal social rifts and to restore bonds once broken. Reflect on this, and let it remind you that unity is always within reach, and that isolation, while a choice, need not be a permanent state. The universe we inhabit possesses a remarkable quality. It can make use of everything, even opposition and obstacles, to achieve its grand design. When something attempts to hinder nature's purpose, it is woven into the larger tapestry, often serving an unintended yet ultimately beneficial role. Similarly, every rational person possesses this power. When life presents us with challenges, we can use them to refine our character, transforming obstacles into opportunities for growth. Rather than viewing resistance as an enemy, see it as a catalyst for resilience and adaptability. Life's hurdles are not a diversion from our path, but a crucial part of it, refining our virtues and reinforcing our dedication to living with integrity. Avoid the trap of magnifying the hardships of life by dwelling on all possible troubles. Instead of allowing your mind to wander into a spiral of worry over what might happen, train yourself to focus on each challenge as it arises. Ask yourself, what exactly makes this situation so unbearable? More often than not, you will find that it is the anticipation or the accumulation of fears that creates distress, not the actual event. Break down each challenge into manageable parts, addressing each moment in isolation, and you will find that life is bearable, even in the face of adversity. Reflect on the historical figures who devoted themselves to standing vigil by their loved ones' graves, maintaining watch over their memory. Though such acts are gestures of loyalty and honor, consider whether the departed would even be aware or find comfort in such devotion. Time erodes all things, even the memories of those we once cherished. Recognizing the inevitable decay of physical forms allows us to turn our focus inward, cherishing the imperishable virtues we cultivate. Our legacy lies not in physical monuments or the preservation of our names, but in the character we develop within ourselves and in the impact we make on others during our lives. Cultivate your mental sharpness, not merely in intellect, but in your ability to discern right action and wise judgment. True intelligence lies not only in understanding abstract concepts, but also in applying this understanding with integrity and clarity in the course of your life. Within the human spirit, there exists no virtue that opposes justice, for justice is the foundation of harmony. However, there exists a virtue that counters excess and indulgence: self-restraint. Exercise self-restraint as a means of upholding justice, ensuring that desires do not lead you astray from a balanced and ethical life. When encountering something distressing or offensive, remember that it is not the event itself that harms you, but your interpretation of it. Pain, frustration, and disappointment arise only when we judge them as negative. If we learn to see these occurrences with a detached, rational mind, they lose their power to disturb us. Align your sense of self with reason, and you will find that external events cannot diminish your inner peace. By withholding judgment, you protect yourself from unnecessary grief and frustration. When you encounter difficulties, remember that they impact only certain aspects of your nature. Pain may disturb the body, and obstacles may thwart desires, but the mind can remain free and unaffected if you choose to keep it so. Accept the truth that true harm can only reach you if it compromises your reason, and since no external force can control your reasoning, unless you allow it, your inner self remains invulnerable. Embrace this understanding, and the trials of the world will lose their ability to disturb your peace. Imagine your mind as a perfectly formed sphere, solid and complete. When you cultivate such completeness, nothing external can alter or deform it. Keep your mind whole and unwavering, resistant to any external force, and it will serve as a steadfast anchor amid life's chaos. Why should I allow myself to become upset when I have made a commitment never to willingly bring harm to others? Each person finds joy in different pursuits, but for me, true contentment lies in maintaining a tranquil and rational mind. I find satisfaction in observing the world with patience, treating all circumstances and people with a calm and fair spirit. In adopting this approach, I shield myself from anger, frustration, and resentment, preserving my inner harmony. Devote this present moment to yourself. The desire for posthumous fame overlooks the reality that those who come after you will be mortal, fallible, and often just as difficult to please as people today. Consider how insignificant it is to win the approval of future generations, who will be no more enlightened than those around you now. Fame is fleeting, and the opinions of others are ultimately inconsequential. Instead, seek fulfillment by living a life of virtue in the present moment. Throw me into any situation, and I will find my way, for I am indifferent to the external circumstances I may encounter. The spirit within me is resilient, finding satisfaction in living according to its nature. This inner contentment enables me to thrive, regardless of my surroundings, maintaining equanimity and fulfilling my purpose in any context. Ask yourself, is this matter truly worth sacrificing my peace? Before allowing your mind to become disturbed by trivial concerns, consider whether the issue merits the distress it brings. Often, the things we stress over are insignificant, unworthy of troubling our tranquility. Make it a habit to prioritize inner stability, placing greater value on your peace than on the fleeting annoyances of life. Whatever happens to you is natural and therefore should not disturb you, just as it is natural for vines to grow, animals to live according to their instincts, and elements to follow their properties. So too are the challenges and events that shape your life. If something external troubles you, know that it is not the event itself that causes your suffering, but your perception of it. By changing your perspective, you can rid yourself of the unnecessary weight that disturbs your peace. Remember that your mind has an invincible quality when it remains centered and free from passions. Inwardly fortify your mind, making it a sanctuary of calm and self-control. When you cultivate a mind resilient to outside forces, you create an inner haven where disturbances cannot reach. Such strength arises from reason and self-discipline, enabling you to weather life's storms unshaken. When negative thoughts or events intrude, stay grounded in the reality of what they are, without adding judgments or emotional weight. If someone insults you, recognize the words for what they are, without assigning them significance. Maintain a habit of observing occurrences without overburdening them with meaning. By limiting your reaction to the initial perception, you preserve your clarity and peace. Accept the imperfections and obstacles in life as natural occurrences. Just as a carpenter ignores the shavings in his workshop, understand that life's challenges are part of the natural order. Nature does not discard anything. It uses all things as ingredients in its continuous cycle of renewal. Approach difficulties with the same perspective, recognizing that each trial contributes to the whole of your experience. Do not allow your actions to become reckless or haphazard. Practice restraint, discipline, and focus in everything you do. Whether you pursue pleasure or face challenges, approach each endeavor with clear intention and moderation. Let your actions reflect your values and remain consistent with your goals. Even if others harm your body or speak against you, know that they cannot touch your mind or diminish your peace. Like a fountain of clear water, your spirit can remain pure despite external attacks. Let the clarity of your thoughts and the tranquility of your soul remain unaffected by the actions of others. Embrace this sense of inner freedom, which no force can destroy or corrupt.